Every time you take a breath or a thought fires across your brain, it is being executed by something entirely inanimate. The living, breathing machinery of the human body is constructed completely from atoms that are themselves not alive. Out of the 92 naturally occurring elements in the universe, biology is incredibly selective. It only utilizes about 25 of them to build everything from a single-celled bacterium to a blue whale. This creates a strict divide in nature between inorganic matter, like rocks and minerals, and organic matter. You cannot simply mash a random handful of elements together and expect to get life. It requires a specific chemical arrangement. This pie chart shows the exact elemental breakdown of the human body by mass. 4 elements dominate the system: oxygen at 65%, carbon at 18%, hydrogen at 10%, and nitrogen at 3%. Together, these 4 account for 96% of your total mass. But simply having a pile of these elements isn't enough. To boot up a biological operating system, they must be engineered into 4 distinct molecular categories. The most fundamental chemical combination in biological systems uses only 3 of those ingredients: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. When organisms bond these 3 together, specifically maintaining a ratio of 2 hydrogen atoms for every 1 oxygen atom, they create carbohydrates. This is the body's primary, rapid-burning fuel source. This laboratory setup illustrates how we can physically prove this fuel is present in organic matter. By adding Benedict's solution to a sample and applying heat, the mixture will undergo a color shift. If simple sugars like glucose are present, the liquid turns a distinct brick red. Biology is highly efficient. By taking those exact same elements and simply rearranging their bonds, organisms manufacture a completely different structure: lipids or fats. Lipids are built for stability. They provide dense energy storage, but they also act as waterproof biological barriers. This is the cutin wax that keeps a plant leaf from drying out, and the flexible membrane that holds every one of your cells together. Without this specific arrangement of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, an organism would have no energy to run its biological machine and no physical barrier to protect it from its environment. Fuel and shields are only half the story. To move beyond static structures and actually execute work, life adds a crucial 4th ingredient: nitrogen. By integrating nitrogen into that carbon and hydrogen chain, life assembles proteins. These are the active physical machines of the cell. Their most vital role is functioning as enzymes. Enzymes act as biological catalysts, workers that physically grab molecules to snap them together or break them apart, accelerating the chemical reactions that sustain life. Proteins are the essential workforce of the body. Without them, the chemical reactions necessary to contract a muscle or digest a meal would happen far too slowly to keep you alive. The final addition to this molecular inventory requires pulling in a trace element: phosphorus. Adding it to the mix creates nucleic acids. This diagram shows the nucleotide, the core unit of these acids. Every nucleotide has 3 components: a nitrogenous base, a pentose sugar group, and a phosphate group. Stacked together by the billions, they form the double helix structure of DNA and single strands of RNA. Nucleic acids serve as the ultimate biological operating system. They store genetic data and provide the precise instructions that tell those protein workers exactly what to build. These 4 molecular groups, carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids, are the universal language of all life. Bacteria, plants, and humans all run on this exact same chemical schematic. Because the system is so precisely balanced, missing even one piece leads to systemic failure. In plants, a deficiency in these elements can cause chlorosis, where leaves lose their color and the organism's ability to produce fuel breaks down. This reality reframes the everyday act of eating. When you consume food, you are essentially scavenging. Your body breaks down the biological structures of other organisms to harvest their carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen for your own use. Biology is a continuous, highly structured chemical recycling program. You are an unbroken chain of elements, harvested from the world around you and rearranged inside you right now.